Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Got things falling around here. It has been a hectic last 2 weeks. My doctor put me on a new antidepressant, and it shook my world up because, oh my gosh, like my brain was going so fast I couldn't stop it. I couldn't sleep. I was so thirsty. And then when I did finally go to sleep, yesterday, yeah, my dreams were crazy. Like my brain, it was just rapid fire, these dreams, and there were explosions, and I don't know, it was crazy. My dreams are usually pretty crazy anyway, but this was over the top. It was too much. So, I'm not taking it anymore. I didn't take it last night. I called my doctor. They said that I should go down to 25 milligrams to get off of it, but I'm thinking, since I've only been on it for 2 weeks, I would much rather deal with the withdrawal than take that shit again, because it was too much. I feel so much better today, so much better. I had my husband stay home yesterday because I was like I was so paranoid and just scared of everything, and it was just really freaking me out. So I got him to stay home. But the name of the antidepressant, I can't say it, so I'm going to spell it. It's DESVENLAFAXINE. And it was 50 milligrams. But here are the side effects. And I had 7 out of 10. Headache, insomnia, no appetite, hallucinations, stomach upset, dry mouth, and when I tell you that I was thirsty, oh my gosh. Sensitive teeth, increased thirst, and low salt levels or sodium, dehydration, and I already have problems with dehydration. And so it was definitely like going toward the dehydration part of it. And so then when I called my psychiatrist and I told her that, and she was like, well, I'm going to have to call you back. And she's like, well, she looked it up and you're right, it does cause low sodium levels. I said, that's what I just said. And that gets on my nerves so bad that doctors think that, like, the lay person is an idiot. Like, I know when I'm getting dehydrated, and I know when a pill is causing it. This coffee is good. Okay, so anyway, that's my update. Okay, so to get to the topic of this video, 35 signs you might have borderline personality disorder. Okay, sign number 1, you religion hop or search hop because you can't find anything that really makes sense, and so you're always searching for the spiritual aspect of things. Number 2, you've been obsessed with your first love your whole life, but then don't like them, but then you forget that you don't like them and like them again. What do, Chair Bear? You need a boost? Come here, I'll give you a boost. Come here, boo. Come here, I'll give you a boost. Oh. gosh. Oh, you're such a big girl. Sign number 3 that you might have borderline personality disorder is you have very deep friendships with certain people and then you don't. Sign number 4. You felt like you didn't have a voice as a child. Sign number 5. You have some sort of addiction, whether it be a hard addiction or just like smoking. That is my addiction. But I mean, it could even be a food addiction, but there's some kind of addiction because you feel empty, so you're always trying to fill that void with something, even though it never works. Okay, sign number 6, you may have borderline personality disorder. You collect things, get bored with them, and start over collecting something else. And again, that goes along with that filling that void. You start journals and then throw them away because they remind you how fucked up you are. Or you're worried they could be read by others and they could see how fucked up you are. I've had so many journals throughout my life that I've thrown away. I would love to have them all back. I really would. It would be something else to know what they said. Sign number 8. You have to get revenge, even if you blow up your own life in the process. This has been something that I've only realized in the past year and a half that I do, that it doesn't matter. Like, in order to get revenge, I don't care if I destroy myself, as long as I can get that revenge. And so now that I know that, because I didn't know it before, now that I know it, I can work on fixing that problem. Sign number 9 that you may have borderline personality disorder. You change your hair color or your hair cut a lot because there's a constant trying to figure out who you are, and it's always changing, and so like it shows in your appearance. Sign number 10, you change the way you dress often, so that goes right along with it. You could be country one day and goth the next, and then like it's so crazy. Sign number 11 that you may have borderline personality disorder. You either think of yourself as great or horrific inside and out. So it's one or the other. There's no middle ground with this. Like, you're the worst person in the world or you're the best person in the world. Sign number 12, you may have borderline personality disorder, is that you live a life based on fear. Like, you're scared of everything, and that's the reason that you do what you do. It's all based on fear. Sign number 13, people don't know what crazy thing you're going to do next, and neither do you. That is so on point. Sign number 14, You are very open or very closed off. And it's one or the other, and it switches and changes. And so it confuses the hell out of people. Sign number 15. You're always looking for something that you just can't find. And I mean, like, out in the world you're looking for it within, but it's just not there. And so it makes life seem like so, like there's no point in life, because you can't find what that purpose is. You just can't find it. Sign number 16. You leave people before they can leave you. Number 17. You you epically test people's loyalty to you. Sign number 18. You never really feel loved. You don't feel loved, you don't feel understood by anybody at all. Ever. Number 19, there's someone in your family that just refuses to be close to you. Somebody that's close to you, and they refuse to have an open, honest relationship with you. I almost guarantee it. Sign number 20, that you might have borderline personality disorder. You can't watch scary movies alone because of the fear, sorry about the smoking, the fear-based life. Like, you can't watch scary movies alone because your mind is so overactive that you will just terrify yourself. You want people around you, but you also hate it. That is so true. What this is you want people around you, but you want understanding from these people. And so then when you get people around you and they're not understanding, like, it's a constant feeling that people around you are not that deep. Okay, sign number 22. You have obsessions with people, and especially new people. So when somebody new comes into your life, you are obsessed with getting to know them and hanging out with them until you're not. Okay, number 23, you have purposely stolen someone's boyfriend or girlfriend to feel superior. That is a thing among borderlines. The thing about it is, though, that once you realize that's why you've done that, it's hard to do it again. Like, because you destroy friendships. So once you've done that, I mean, the shame and the guilt that goes along with that, that's horrible. Also apply to trying to steal someone else's best friend. And I think that the reason that happens is not a superiority thing. It's a, you know what that person says behind that person's back. And so you just want to get them away from the person that just talks shit about them, and they have no clue about it. And so usually borderlines are very, you know, how I am anyway. If somebody says something about one of my friends, well, I'm going to tell that friend that you said so. And I'm also going to tell you that you shouldn't be talking shit about my friend, even if, and this happens a lot within, you know, groups where people will sit around and talk about another friend. I disagree with it. If you won't say something to somebody's face, you shouldn't say it at all. That's just how I feel. So, but it's an issue. So, and number 24, consequences just really don't matter to you at the time. Later they do, of course. But at the time, in a borderline mind, you just can't, you've got an agenda that has to be filled, okay? And so you're not thinking consequences. You're really not. Number 25, you get suddenly overwhelmed with feelings out of nowhere, and it makes others feel uncomfortable. And this is true. I can be just sitting and talking to somebody, and out of nowhere I will burst into tears because I get so overwhelmed with just emotions. They just come up, and I don't know how to deal with it. And that's what borderline is not knowing how to deal with emotions. That's why we act out in such crazy ways, because we don't know how to deal with what's going on internally. Number 26, when you wrong someone, you really wrong them. And this goes back to the revenge, like, because borderlines typically will not wrong you unless you've done something to them first, or they see that you're gonna be doing something to them. But when we come for you, we come hard. So that is a thing to recognize. Number 27, looking back on your life, you don't recognize the person you used to be. Oh, amen to that. Amen to that. Because you've become like 50 different people since then. Number 28, on a deep level, you really hate yourself. And this is so true, because it's like you're constantly searching and you find nothing. You can't find the answers like within, so it really leads to just this, you know. And also you think about the things that you've done over your life to get revenge on people when they've wronged you, and the way that you've treated people when you felt slighted by them, or when you've been emotional, when you've reacted out of emotion. Like that really does lead to self-hatred. Like, really, it does. And that's also a lot of why borderlines are so suicidal, because of that self-hatred. Because it just seems like it's never ending. Sign number 29, you may be a borderline, is you cannot handle rejection. And that is so true. Because you already feel so worthless that rejection from anyone is just, it's like, you know, I knew I wasn't worth it, and you just confirmed it to me. So there's that. Sign number 30, when someone cancels plans with you, you are angry and then heartbroken, and it all happens very rapidly. And I know this this is true. Because we get so excited for these plans or to see this person, and for them to cancel last minute, it's like, it's kind of is like the whole world just falls apart around you. I don't really know how to explain that, but it's such a letdown. Such a letdown. Sign number 31, you might be a borderline. You have planned your own death at least 30 times. That is no joke. Which, I mean, I've already told you why. But then our emotions change so quickly that we can go from planning our death to then, like, being like, why was I even thinking about that? And it's just so crazy. Okay, number 32, you feel paranoid of other people's intentions. Now, I don't know if this is just me or if this is part of the schizoaffective or part of the bipolar, but I can be sitting here and like look at my friends and think, and I don't even know why this is a thing because I don't do anything wrong, but I'm like, are you an undercover cop, or are you a robot or an alien, or, you know, just weird shit. Like, weird shit just crosses my mind, and I'm like, so I really question these things about people sometimes. And then, but in the moment when I'm feeling it, it's like really strong. Like, I'm really questioning what you're doing and who you are, even though I've known you my whole life. And it's so insane. Number 33. The structure of your childhood was really difficult for you. Yes. Whatever happened in childhood where you felt like you didn't have a voice, like there was somebody that was always controlling the scene, that you had no control. And that's why this is a fear-based illness, because when you were little you felt like you did not have control over anything. And so as an adult, our minds are so warped with that we still feel like we don't have control over anything. Number 34. Thought I said 35 signs. Number 34. People being late really bothers you. And this is true. And I think it's because the anticipation, like somebody canceling their plans is last minute. If they're late, you're thinking, well, they're going to call and they're going to cancel. And so the whole time, like if somebody's supposed to be at your house at 7 o'clock, and then you're looking at the clock and it's 7:10, you're sitting there thinking they're going to cancel, they're going to cancel, they're going to cancel. I know they're going to cancel. And then when they do show up, it's such a relief. But that 10-minute waiting period is agony for someone with borderline personality. Number 35, you've been told you have an overactive imagination. And I have been told this my entire life. And again, I don't know if this is a schizoaffective thing, a bipolar thing, or a BPD thing. So I would really like you guys to comment and let me know if this is a BPD thing for you. or if it's just something that I deal with as having these other disorders. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.